review the ground rules. Providence head coach to home plate, please. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the championship game of the IHSA 2016 Class 4A State Baseball Tournament. On the scoreboard, the visitors will be the Mustangs of Mundelein High School. The Celtics of Providence Catholic will be the home team. Personnel involved in tonight's game. For the visiting team, the Mustangs of Mundelein High School, who entered the game with a record of 31 wins and 9 losses. Please meet head coach Providence, who has a career record of 569 wins, 238 losses over 22 years. And now, the starting lineup for the Mustangs. Leading off and playing third base, number 13, Nick Stryker. Second, and playing left field, number 7, Ryan Fairweather. And third, number 26, the designated hitter, Brandon Murphy. Who will be batting for number 8, the pitcher, Will Mahalski. Cleanup for the Mustangs. Center fielder, number 18, Jeff Morton. And fifth, right fielder, number 10, Reese Dolan. And sixth, second baseman, number 6, Drew Breitenreiter. And seventh, number 25, first baseman, Brett Parola. 22, catcher, Reed Rubio. And batting ninth, shortstop, number 2, Jake Breitenreiter. Will the rest of the Mustangs, players and coaches, join your team along the first base line? For the home team, the Celtics of Providence Catholic, who entered the game with a record of 32 2, Matt Wasnitz. And fifth is playing third base, number 7, Zach Pitch. And sixth, the designated hitter, number 11, Jackson Dvorak. With the batting for the pitcher, number 38, Connor Hilke. And seventh, the right fielder, number 24, Tom Kelly. And the eighth, the catcher, number 9, Jim Jeffrey. The batting ninth, first baseman, number 18, Colin Arola. For the rest of the Celtics and the coaching staff, please join your team along the third base line. The umpires for tonight's game. Behind the plate, from Homewood, Andre Morgan. At first base, Craig DeVellis from Elmhurst. And at third base, from Belvedere, Alan McCormick. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to now stand, face the colors. Gentlemen, remove your hats, and join as soloist Gabby Henderson from Downers Grove South High School sings our national anthem.
The light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Only 4 schools have won back-to-back state baseball championships. No school has won 3 in a row. But Providence has a chance tonight to do just that as they face the Mundelein Mustangs for the Class 4A state baseball championship. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Silver Cross Field in Joliet. I'm Derry Bernhardt, joined by Hall of Fame coach Mark Lindo. And Mark, it may be a history-making performance tonight for Providence, but Mundelein would like to turn that around and make history of their own.
Hey, good evening, Dave. Absolutely. Third time trying to be the charm for the Providence Celtics. But no, Mundelein will have something to say as they seek numero uno. They were here in 78. They were here in 2002. 14 years later, they tried to be number 1 tonight.
Both of these two teams got by virtue of big innings late. Providence knocking off Plainfield North 7-4. Then a 6-run 5th inning from Mundelein helped them defeat St. Charles North 10-4. Mundelein, the visitors, tonight 31-9 record. This will be their batting order for head coach Todd Parola, who is in his 22nd season. Nick Stryker to lead it off, followed by Ryan Fairweather, and the designated hitter tonight, Brendan Murphy. He's batting for the pitcher, Will Mahalski. Jeff Morton's in center field, hitting that cleanup spot, followed by Reese Stroland, and then Drew Breitenreiter. Brett Parola is at first base, followed by Reed Rubio, and then Jake Breitenreiter. Defensively for Providence Catholic, their outfield of Matt Wasness along with Kevin Fitzgerald and Tom Kelly. Zach pitches at third. Jackson Stulis, 3-year starter at shortstop. Mike Madej, his counterpart at second base. And Connor Arola. Behind the plate, it's Jim Jeffries. And on the mound, it will be Connor Hilty.
Connor Hilty, they're going to throw a senior on the hill. 6'3", an imposing figure at 205 as you see him step up to the bump. Big number, 38. comes in 7-2 with a 1.93 earned run average. Connor Hilty has thrown 50 2/3 innings on the season, allowed 48 hits, struck out 10, so he will not at times overpower you. Very good command, but only 10 walks all season long for the big fella on the mound.
Providence last year knocking off Mount Carmel 6-5 in the state championship in walk-off fashion. The year before it was St. Rita that fell to the Celtics. Providence coming in 32-9 with a senior-dominated team. In fact, all 10 players in the starting lineup tonight, seniors for Providence, as they have said they are trying to make historic 3 for Mundelein. Their road is marched through the playoffs. They have gotten here by virtue of a super sectional win 8-0 over Huntley. They have had 3 shutouts in the tournament run prior to last night's victory 10-4 over St. Charles North. We have a massive crowd here at Silvercross Field.
Great night, great venue, lights on, not needed yet. The fist bumps on the mound as Nick Stryker cleans out his batting area, get ready to lead off the last baseball game of the season in the state of Illinois, 2016. It's your 4A state championship. It's coming up now to call the first pitch is the voice of the IHSA, the Hall of Famer, my partner, Dave Bernhard.
Thank you very much, Mark. A highly anticipated ball game. There is an extra buzz around this one tonight in Joliet. Connor Hildy to face Nick Stryker to get things started. Little check swing, that may work. Down it goes. Maybe not was drawn up in the playbook, but that will work for Stryker.
Stryker 3 hits last night, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Fastball up and out. He checks his swing. No, yes. Ball finds the turf. They got something cooking as Fairweather looking down at the third base coach, Todd Parola, saying, what's up next?
The batter next will be Ryan Fairweather. Fairweather taking a long look down to third base. Last night, Fairweather 2 for 3, part of a 12-hit attack for Mundelein. Pretty close play over at first on the pick from Hilty to first baseman Arola.
Hilty, pretty good feet. Pitch, seeing if he sees the top hand of Fairweather on a would-be bunt.
Fairweather will pull back, and he'll take it for a strike. And Todd Parola asking if he got the bat back or whether it was called strike. Either way, strike 1 on the board. Our home plate umpire tonight is Andre Morgan. Craig DeVellis at first, and Alan McCormick is at third.
Pitch coming in hard there, so Fairweather wants to bunt the ball toward first base at Arola.
Big hole between first and second. The third baseman pitch in tight. Fairweather set a couple of hits last night. He comes into this game, into this tournament, with a .290 batting average. Off the end of the bat, so 2 quick strikes as Fairweather takes a strike in the first pitch and not a great attempt on the second one.
Fairweather punched that ball. His hand dropped the barrel of the bat, thus the ensuing foul ball. Still looking to see if Coach Parola has it on. Not a difficult thing to do to bunt with 0-0, but 0-2 especially difficult.
Looking to see if Fairweather would bite. He will not. Fairweather, 5'11", 155-pound senior. Fairweather will take a called strike. He'll head back to the dugout. Connor Hilty picks up his first pay of the night.
Just the 31st on the season, but that one just froze Fairweather on the outer edge. Nice range, soft hands by Jim Jeffries, got the call.
Brendan Murphy will step to the plate. Last night, Murphy did the pitching, went all 7 innings, got the win. On the offensive side, he was 1 for 2. Also drove in a run. Sliced out of play. Murphy headed to Arizona State University. As a hitter, leads Mundelein in batting average of .426, doubles with 16, triples with 2, and home runs with 2 to go along with the 33 runs batted in and 52 hits.
6'4", 200 prototype body for a next level player.
He misses just outside. sun really not a factor. Somewhat overcast here, about the 7:30 time slot. Murphy looking for the hole, and he'll find it. Stryker is being held at second. Runners at first and second for the Mustangs.
Ball in inner park. Murphy was able to get his hands in, get the barrel out, get it through the hole, the 3-4 hole between first base and second base. Running but to no avail was Madej, and Kelly quickly gets it in, forcing Stryker to stop at second base.
Center fielder number 18, Jeff.
Jeff Morton, the center fielder, another left-handed hitter, to face Hilty. The Mustangs picking up where they left off last night. Strike one.
First ball slider right there, split the middle. Sitting on the fastballs. Morton didn't get it. Breaking ball gets in for strike one. Working ahead is Hilty.
Right there in the corner again. No balls, 2 strikes. Hilty goes right after him, a 3-pitch strikeout.
That pitch had some giddy up a little bit extra on his fastball. Seen from the high set. Fastball that ran away. 2 seams grown away from the left-handed hitter.
Reese Dolan, the 3rd straight left-handed hitter. The right fielder will come to bat with runners at first and second and 2 out. Dolan a hit and 2 at bats. 2 runs scored last night. 63 wins combined between these 2 teams.
Outfield very deep. If this is a base hit anywhere softly the outfield, Dolan will drive in a run, no doubt. There would not be a play at the plate.
There is a look at the outfield expanse here at Silver Cross Field. 330 down the left field line, 327 down the right field line, 400 feet to center.
Wind blowing out to right field.
Coming in tight on Dolan on this at bat. Reese Dolan, 6'4" senior, 277 average. 18 runs batted in, 11 doubles. Leadoff single from Stryker, then following a strikeout, Murphy picked up a single. Hilty answered with a strikeout of Morton. 2-1 to Dolan. Three balls and a strike. Big gap in left center field. Bases will be loaded for Drew Breitenreiter. Drew Breitenreiter, sophomore, brought up about a third of the way through the season, and that's when things clicked for Mundelein. Mustangs had lost 5 out of 6. Breitenreiter came up, solidified the interior defense up the middle along with his brother Jake. Moved a few other people around, and offensively he's done the job as well. 344 batting average.
145 pounds, but he carries a big stick, he really does. Mundelein fans on their feet cheering on the sophomore.
One ball now to Breitenreiter.
If he's leaving the ball up, he's got to make sure he finishes his pitch. Chest over the lead leg and finish.
Two and out. This Mundelein crowd last night roaring through the entire game, even when their team fell behind 4-1. Drew Breitenreiter in charge right now with the 2-0 count. Didn't like it. 2-1. Jeffries saves a run. But it is 3-1.
Brighton-Rider can sit on a fastball here. One pitch, one area that he's looking for the ball at. If not, he just goes straight take.
He was taking all the way. 3-2, striker at third. Murphy at second. Dolan at first. They'll be running on this pitch. Chopper, pitch on the short hop. Bobbles it, drops it, and a run will score. An error on third baseman, Zach Pitch will score the first run of this game.
Brighton-Rider, a pretty good at bat. He works to 3-2. That ball hits right off the front dirt, and the extra hop in between hop, the pitch kind of crawls up his arm. He's able to gain control, but too late, and the inning's alive with the first run on the board for Mundelein.
That'll bring up the coach's son, Brett Parola. Parola Jr., a young team, 5 seniors, 18 juniors. Providence just the reverse, dominated by seniors, 19 seniors on their roster.
Breaking ball caught the outer edge. First pitch, strike. Oh, so crucial in these situations.
Parola, a double among his 2 hits last night. Wiltie hit the target. That's where Jeffrey set it, outside.
Once a strike zone is established, it's a pitcher's job to continue to go to where the umpire has elongated the strike zone or narrowed the strike zone. Whatever it might be, you have to adjust.
Pickoff throw behind at first. Brighton-Rider back. Parola, left center field, dropping quickly, it's down. Murphy scores. Here comes Dolan. The out at third, but it's a 2-run, 2-out single from Brett Parola. Parola laces this one, got down and got it about ankle high. Center fielder Kevin Fitzgerald could not get there. 2 runs come in following the one earlier in the inning, and after 1/2 inning of play, Mundelein jumps on top, 3-0.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Providence Catholic on a current playoff streak of 20 straight victories. Find themselves trailing here as they come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Their batting order tonight for Mark Smith. Smith in his 10th year as head coach, 267 wins. They will start it with Kevin Fitzgerald along with Jackson Stulis and Mike Madej up at the top of that order. Matt Wasness in left. Zach Pitch, saw him at third. Jackson Dvorak doing the hitting tonight for pitcher Connor Hilty. Then Tom Kelly, Jim Jeffries, and Colin Arola. Mundelein's defense, an outfield of Ryan Fairweather, Jeff Morton, and Reese Dolan. Nick Stryker is over at third. Jack Brighton-Rider and Drew Brighton-Rider, the brothers in the middle infield combination. Brett Parola is the first baseman. Reed Rubio behind the plate, and Will Mahalski here in the championship game on the mound for the Mustangs.
Mahalski taking his warm-up tosses. Stake with a 3-0 lead. All 3 runs unearned, but all 3 up on the big board in left center field. Mahalski has an 8-2 record, trying to win a state championship for win number 9, 59 and third innings. He's given up 44 hits, struck out 66, walked 23. Good ratio there. 2.12 earned run average for Will Mahalski as he takes the mound for the Mustangs with the state championship on the line.
Leading it up, Kevin Fitzgerald. 2 hits, 2 runs scored. He had a double last night from the leadoff spot. Halski straight over the top inside. And Providence half of the first inning underway. Fitzgerald, 5'9", senior. That's a strike, 1-1.
There's a lot of games within the game, and if you had to pick one team that you thought needed the good start between the two, it would have been Mundelein. Providence, as we mentioned, going for number 3. They've been around this situation. Mundelein handled the first bit of emotion.
Providence's victory last night, 7-4 over Plainfield North. Celtics scoring 3 in the top of the 7th to win it. We got here with a super sectional win, 4-3 over Plainfield South after Providence had trailed 3-2 in the 5th. Defeated Lincoln Way North in the sectional championship 1-0. Defeated Lincoln Way North 4-1 after trailing 1-0 in the 7th. Fitzgerald does his job. Reaches on a leadoff single.
Nice job, Fitzgerald. He wanted a fastball. He got a fastball, got himself to a favorable count, dropped the head of the bat on that, and that's what happens for Michalski when you're pitching behind. First pitch strike, ever so important. Fastball. He did a good job getting the ball in the zone. Credit Fitzgerald for winning that battle.
Shortstop Jackson Stulis, headed to Parkland College, 3-year starter. Will come to the plate, hitless in 2 at-bats last night. Stulis, .298 average on the season. A curveball from Michalski.
2-hole hitters so important because they have to be able to handle the bat, they have to be able to bunt, they have to be able to hit and run, take pitches. Some of those roles kind of out of play already, down 3.
And picked off the first base is Fitzgerald. He was leaning just ever so slightly, and a quick move from Michalski wipes Fitzgerald off the bases.
Michalski with great feet on the mound. Some people think, oh, it's got to be a great throw, and it was. But it was the quickness of his feet on the hop pivot, as they call it, which got Fitzgerald a little bit off balance. Quick tag by Parola and the quick right arm by first base umpire Craig DeValis.
Stulich showed bunt, pulls back, evens the count at 1-1. Michalski up high again. Through the box and through to the outfield. First 2 batters with base hits, and now that pickoff looming large here with 1 out in the first. That will bring up the dangerous Mike Madej. Madej, 4-year varsity player, part of those 2 straight championships. Also has a football championship in his pocket as well. Last night, a double and a triple for Madej.
Just a great athlete. Probably 135, 140 varsity games under his belt. More than that.
And this pickoff throw gets by Parola. Stulis being waved around. The ball ends up in the bullpen, and Stulis will be on third. It was another quick move. This time, Michalski buried a ball. Parola couldn't get to it.
Ball went to the first base side. Parola couldn't handle it. Good feet, but a little bit of errant movement away from his first baseman. Ball carried all the way down the line for 2-3 red shirts all chasing it, and around the bases went Stulis.
Mike Madej awaiting the first pitch to him. Wasness on deck for the Celtics. 32 wins in 41 games for Providence Catholic. Just wide of the bag and the line at first.
Well, he loads up and uncoils, doesn't he? He gets his money's worth at the plate. He knows an RBI situation now. Defense back can see near run. Drew Breitenreiter way back on the grass at second base.
Mike Madej headed to Purdue. They mentioned the 4-year varsity player. That's the first in Mark Smith's 10-year coaching career to have a player on the varsity for 4 years. It was Madej that had the walk-off hit, the championship win last year against Mount Carmel. Madej, 5'11", 185 pounds. Not only does he lead the team in hitting, the .434 average, 16 doubles and 2 triples. Tops the Celtic, as well as his 40 runs scored and 49 hits. All those numbers coming into this tournament. 2 balls and a strike now to the senior.
Strong young man. No body fat there. He's lean. Spent some time in the weight room.
This will score a run. Drew Breitenreiter will get Madej at first. Providence is on the board, cuts the lead to 3-1.
Taking advantage of the throwing error, they cut the lead 3-1. Madej turns on that ball. Drew Breitenreiter to his glove side. Momentum carrying to Parola, gets the second out inning. Pretty decent trade right there if you're Mundelein, and out for a run there with that 3 runs they had put up on the top of the first inning.
Cleanup hitter, the left fielder, Matt Wasness for Providence. Wasness, 5'10" senior, 39 runs batted in. Leads a team with 4 home runs. He shows bunt. Wasness 2 for 4 last night. Providence with 7 hits to score their 7 runs against Plainfield North. Right fielder reached Dolan very deep here at Silver Cross Field. Symmetrical dimensions until you get to right field with the cutout there. You see Dolan, and it's about a 15-foot indentation, if you will, from that wall. Skied high. Drew Breitenreiter calls off Parola. 2 hits in the inning. A throwing error, and then a ground out. It all adds up to 1 run for Providence. An eventful first inning both ways in your 4A championship game, the lead to the Mustangs.
The most heart-stopping, game-changing, tie-turning moments in high school sports. Under Armour highlights of the week on the NFHS Network.
As they did last night, the Mundelein fans just take every half inning to sit back and relax before they gear it back up as we start the second inning. 7 batters came to the plate the first inning for the Mustangs, so number 8 hitter Reed Rubio to start. He'll be followed by Jake Breitenreiter before we spin it back to the top of the order. Connor Hilty on the mound for Providence. Reed Rubio, 6'3" senior, just a .234 average. Last night, though, had a double.
He has 10 doubles on the year, so he does indeed with that big frame have gap power.
And he has the count in his favor here early at 2-0. Already a little bit of action in the Providence Catholic bullpen.
Pitchers that start hitters with 1-0 count allow on-base percentage of 500. That's how important that first pitch strike is. Now 2-0. Dead red for Rubio here if he wants to sit on a fastball.
Providence used 4 pitchers last night. Connor Creed, the longest, 4 innings. 2-0 to Rubio. 3 balls, no strikes. Hilty had 1 walk in the first inning, also a couple of strikeouts. You get a strike there, and Rubio will have to come back. Tyler Zaremka warming up in the Providence bullpen. Zaremka pitched an inning last night. Rubio right at the shortstop, Stulis. Had a little bit of a hook to it, Stulis right there. So Hilty comes back from down 3-0 in the count, and he gets the line out.
That's all you can do when you get behind the count is come 1, 2, 3, make them put the ball in play. If that happens, you pitch the contact, you have a chance for something good to happen with especially the leather of the range that the Providence Celtics can throw at you.
The senior Brighton Rider, Jake, at the plate now. Off the fist into the infield, Madej comes to a shortstop side of the bag. That's the second out. We go back to the top of the order. Nick Stryker, he led off this game with a check swing single. Eventually scored a run. He came in on the 2-out error.
After the 2-out error, then Brett Parola came out with a 2-out hit. So 3 runs after that error.
Stryker saw 1 pitch his last at bat. He sees a curveball there.
Stryker carries his hands right about the size, right at the level of his armpits. Right when the pitch comes, he'll move those hands back, get into a low position.
Stryker hits this one hard to left field. Wasnness giving ground. He won't get it. Against the wall, Stryker. He'll have the 2-out double.
And load up, indeed he did. Watch his hands move back, his weight from the backside to the front, and he just drills that. Far enough away from Wasness and Fitzgerald. He split the 2 with a 2-out double. Mundelein in business.
Now just to get things settled, we'll have a conference on the mound, and that means we'll have one going on the third base side. Tim Burdack, the pitching coach for Providence Catholic. Former Major League player, great career for Burdack. 12 years in the big leagues. The Royals, Orioles, Tigers, Astros, Mets. Total of 19 years in professional baseball. He played right here in Joliet for the Joliet Jackhammers Independent League in 2003 and then just fought his way back to the major leagues. Pitched 9 years after Independent League ball.
And he raises his cap to the bullpen. Are you ready? And the sign was cap back, which means yes. The left-hander is ready in the pen, with left-handers looming on deck.
Ryan Fairweather struck out the first time up. A little half swing. Look at Stulis go to a knee and finish the inning. Jackson Stulis can pick it. The 3-year varsity starter saves a run, gets an out, will go to the second. It's 3-1.
Olive Garden delivers the final moments. Bring home Italian favorites and they'll cheer for you on game day. Olive Garden is the official dining room of high school sports, and with the new catering delivery service, you never have to miss a moment.
The official IHSA state baseball tournament and
We've played just an inning and a half here in the 4A State Baseball Championship. We already have 4 runs and 6 hits. Also a couple of errors. Each of the errors have helped account for a run apiece. Zach pitch to lead it off. Left-hand hitting third baseman for the Celtics. We'll take the big cut, a swing and a miss. Pitch last night, hit by a pitch twice. Stare it down, outside corner and low.
Both teams have been very aggressive in the early going, attacking the baseball, especially ahead on the count. 6 hits up on the board, 4 and 2 already.
Right through the box, a hot shot past Michalski. And once again, the leadoff batter for Providence on.
He takes his pitch and just flat out turns it around. It was a fastball on the outer third. Hands in, barrel out, turn him around. Way too much get up from Michalski to think of any kind of play. Providence will continue to keep pressure on you.
Jackson Dvorak, 374 hitter on the season. Dvorak, also the DH last night. He was 0 for 3, batting tonight for Hilty. Well, each pitch elicits a cheer from one side of this park to the other.
Got championship atmosphere, championship game. 2 Brighton-Hiders, Jake at short, Drew at second, double play depth, up and in, over toward the base, seeking that ground ball.
And that was a half-speed move from Michalski.
It was Nick Stryker playing third base now that had been the second baseman. Drew's emergence in the lineup moved Stryker's to third base, where they want to keep his bat involved in the Mustang offense.
Dvorak waits on that breaking ball, skies this one to center. Morton is there. Pitch all the way to second base. He'll get back easily. 1 out here in the second.
He just missed that. He dropped his hands at the last second, so the barrel got underneath it, strong enough to drive it into center field. But a slight adjustment, he will make his next at bat with his approach.
Number 7 hitter in the Providence lineup is Tom Kelly. Kelly going to Miami of Ohio. The right fielder missed about 20 games this year with a broken bone in his hand. There goes pitch. A little hesitation from Rubio. This ball goes into center field. Pitch will end up at third. Stolen base and an error.
Well, that was a delayed steal. Rubio, quite honestly, I think he was on top of it. But the middle infield did not react. The pitch came by. They relaxed a little bit in the middle infield. Second base was unoccupied. Rubio threw the ball, hoping somebody might make the adjustment. Neither the shortstop, Jake, or second baseman Drew Breitenreiter got to where they belong.
So errors have allowed a couple of runners to reach base for Providence here in the first 2 innings. Last inning, Stulis got to third on a throwing error from the pitcher. He eventually came in on a ground ball. That's all Tom Kelly needs here to get another run in. One ball and 1 strike.
So even though Providence chasing a couple runs, it's way early. They're going to keep the pedal to metal and play their game, play aggressive Celtic ball.
Floats in for a ball, and Michalski thought he had one there. That one misses, and the groans. Or is it a strike? Well, we don't hear Andre Morgan, our home plate umpire, so we have to wait for that sign, and neither did the folks from Mundelein as they let out the big groan.
Late right hand, but a good call. That one split the middle, I thought.
Kelly right on that fastball.
Michalski's going to come back with a breaking ball, which would be the norm after that foul ball straight back. He's got to get more bite and less roll. That ball needs to bite tight and late. Otherwise, Kelly's going to hit it hard.
Rubio down to block that one. Mahalski emerged as number 2 pitcher, as his coach Todd Parola says. He's uncommitted, but not for long based on how he's been pitching. Great competitor. Jack Mahalski gave up basketball last year to concentrate on baseball. He pitched a 3-hit shutout against Huntley, the super sectional, last time he's been on the mound. We have a 3-2 count. Got him. First strikeout for Mahalski comes at the perfect time.
Leaving the runner at third at least for now. Fastball outer edge right at the belt. Pretty good pitch for Kelly to work with. He pulled off it just a bit and swung through it. Making the bat miss was Mahalski at a key time.
Jim Jeffries 0 for 3 last night, 238 hitter on the season. He's there with 2 outs and pitch at third. Couldn't pull the trigger. Strike 1.
Brett Parola very deep on the right side. The reason I bring that up is Mahalski's got to make sure he does his job on a ground ball the right side, can't fall asleep, and be ready to be able to cover first on a ground ball.
In the outfield, Morton shading Jeffries to pull. The left fielder, Fairweather, playing straight away, so a big gap in left center field. As we pan from right to left there, you see all the green between Morton and Fairweather. Now, and as I say that, the pitch outside, and the Mundelein fans, your heart jumps to your throat because that is not really where you want to give Jeffries a chance to get on it. Hits this one hard right into the glove of Parola. He was playing deep. The ball found him. So the hit, the stolen base in the air, result in nothing. A rocket off the bat of Jim Jeffries, but no run scored. Through 2, Mundelein 3, Providence Catholic 1. Mundelein making their 3rd appearance in the state baseball finals. Highest finished 4th place in 2002 under head coach Todd Parola for Providence Catholic. The 9th time they've been in the finals. 4 state championships beginning in 1978 and again in 82, 2014, 2015, and a 2nd place finish. And yet it's Mustangs on top here as we start the 3rd inning with Brendan Murphy. A single and a run scored in the 1st. He just kind of scoops this one to left center field, falling quickly. That will drop in front of Wasness. Murphy just lifting that ball to left center. He's 2 for 2.
And only Wasnes knows for sure if this twilight had any effect on it. He dropped the barrel of the bat, did not hit it hard. You hit it and have a chance to get the ball down. But right now it's kind of a high sky. Gray and sunset is about to take place. Losnes just never got a great break on that ball.
Jeff Morton at the plate. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. Morton did not bat last night. Season, Morton, 372 average. Short lead at first. Hilty still on the mound. There's the bunt. It's a good one. Pitch has to hurry. Sacrifice successful.
Textbook sacrifice bunt, playing small ball, station to station, setting the table for Dolan, but great job forcing the third baseman pitch to come in, make the play. He did so in outstanding fashion. Solid offensive execution, solid defensive execution.
That's one thing you have to love about high school baseball that you don't see in the pros. The construction of your lineup, utilization of different players' talents there, your cleanup batter with a sacrifice bunt in the third inning.
Absolutely, anytime, anybody, if that's part of your philosophy.
Face Dolan now at the plate, a runner in scoring position. Dolan walked and scored. He came home on Parola's 2 out. RBI single. Scored 2 runs. Murphy at second. Jackknife action on home plate from Dolan.
See Murphy on the screen before this next pitch. You'll see his leadoff being held by Jackson Stulis at short. He'll come in your picture here. And then there'll be the shuffle step, the bounce, and the secondary lead going toward third base to gain momentum. And it is.
Dolan hit by that pitch. He'll head down to first base. Well, here in his first 2 at-bats, everybody knowing that Reese Dolan is going to have Connor Hilty in tight. That time a bit too much. First and second, 1 out for Drew Breitenreiter. Breitenreiter, key figure in the 3-run first inning. He hit the chopper that was mishandled by pitch at third. That scored 1 run, kept the inning alive for Parola. Breaking ball from Hilty. Ball and a strike. Zaremka still working in the bullpen down the left field line for Providence.
Jeffries goes down and smothers that breaking ball in the dirt. And don't think Hilty doesn't appreciate that. When you throw it down there and your catcher blocks it, you know you can do it again. That's where you get outs.
So he goes from down to high. Breitenreiter spending just a few games at the sophomore level this year, basically made the jump from freshman ball last year here to the varsity, here to the state championship game. To second, Madej, short hop. Chance for 2. Stulis takes his time. Ring him up, 463. A heady play by the second baseman, Mike Madej. I believe he intentionally wanted to short hop this to turn 2.
Absolutely, he could have caught it, but said, no, I'll take the short hop and turn the easy 463.
And that stops the Mundelein threat and sends us to the bottom of the third with our score remaining 3-1.
The IHS network is streaming this game live at www.ihsa.tv. So text or call your friends and family who aren't here and invite them to watch. The official IHSA state baseball tournament apparel and souvenir are only for sale here at Silver Cross Field. Fans may choose from t-shirts, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and a variety of other state final apparel. Stop by the Minerva Sportswear Souvenir booth to pick up your official IHSA state final merchandise.
Providence trailing 3-1 here as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Colin Arola, the 9th place hitter for the Celtics, to lead things off. We have not lacked for action here in these first 3 innings.
No, you're right. Both fan bases cheering just about every pitch. It's pretty amazing atmosphere here tonight.
Mahalski will deliver, and it's up high, and you see the dust flying out of Reed Rubio's glove. I swear he must just pour a cupful of dirt in there before each inning, because every ball sends that dust flying. It's a bit high. Well, we were talking during one of the breaks between innings that Will Mahalski is going to have to find that curveball here in a hurry.
He's got command of it, but he's got to get more bite to it. It's rolling. So he goes fastball, ball, curveball, up, ball, fastball, out, ball. 3-0, and quite honestly, he's been behind probably about 70% of the hitters here in the first 2+ innings.
Arola will be taking all the way here on 3-0. That's a 4-pitch walk. None of them really very close here for Mahalski, and that will turn it back to the top of the order and Kevin Fitzgerald.
Leadoff walks score about 46% of the time. That's why they're so dangerous. You got a 50-50 chance of getting something going offensively. You can draw one, but you cannot win consistently until you learn to pitch ahead of the count. Obviously, Mahalski's done that in the past, but struggled with that tonight thus far.
Fitzgerald led off the bottom of the first inning with a base hit. He was then subsequently and very quickly picked off of first base. Providence down by 2 here in the bottom of the third inning. Mundelein, 3 runs in the first, all coming with 2 outs. Providence, a run in the bottom of that first inning. Fitzgerald showing bunt, pulls it back. It's a called strike. It's interesting whether he had the intention of bunting or not.
Well, and the Mustang defense was not in a bunt defense because Parola did not charge till late. And if they were in a bunt defense, Drew Breitenreiter would have already been toward first base. Now they've probably called out a bunt defense here. Watch the slash.
Everybody moving. And there were holes to be had, especially between third and second base. Providence has gone more to the small ball game this year. The type of players that they have, taking them to the state championship game for the 3rd straight year. No team has ever done that. Fitzgerald with a flinch. Take the second strike in this at bat.
And that was a breaking ball with bite. Good downward angle. That one fell about 6 to 8 inches, and it fell late. If that ball's hit, it would probably be hit weakly, and you might get your ground ball.
Mahalski has 1 pickoff and 1 throwing error over to first base. He's continuing those hard throws right down there at the bag.
His footwork continues to impress, and that will indeed shorten the leadoff of Providence Celtic runners.
Fitzgerald will go down looking again. A bite on that breaking ball.
Well, we said he needed to find it. His best 2 breaking balls have been his last 2 breaking balls. That one just froze Fitzgerald. And again, that one went straight downtown. The hammer fell.
Mahalski now to face Stulis. Stulis singled his first time up. He went to third on that throwing error, scored on a ground out by Medea. That's the Providence run. Arola close at first.
His feet are so good. His body is already turning before his feet catch up. Now that could be construed a balk, but that's how great the footwork is on the hill.
There's the bunt for a base hit from Stulis. Mahalski has to hurry. What a play by pitcher Will Mahalski.
Big time as he had momentum going away from first base. That's how much arm strength that he has to beat the speedy Stulis down the base path.
Feet on a pickoff move. Great feet to get off the mound. The quickness, then the arm strength make that throw.
Well, I'm going to repeat it. His weight was going toward the third base dugout, but that's how much arm strength he has. He was able to just throw a rocket to first base.
Arola moves to second. Pick off there. They would have had them had that ball been right there on the bag. Well, one thing Will Mahalski has shown is he will come and get you and will take a little bit of aggressiveness out of the running game.
That's exactly what it does. It will shorten some leads. And if you're Providence, what's your mindset? We're going to continue to stay aggressive, or we're going to be a little bit more passive and shorten our leads and bet on our hitter. It's the game within the game, the decision-making among the coaching staff.
First base is open here for Madej. Grounded out to second, scored a run last time up. Double and a triple last night to take a strike in the outside corner.
I know Wazis can hit, but there are certain guys in every lineup you don't want to beat you. I don't want Madej after 4 years and last year's state championship to beat me here with a base open.
Hard to the right side, Parola. The toss, didn't get him. Madej beats it. The speed of Mike Madej.
You talking about playing the game hard, Madej does just that. We talked about Parola playing deep. It's just a race to first base here. Bang, bang, play. Normally you slow down when you slide. He got the call, and that young man with that dirty uniform, he plays hard.
You know, I don't even know if I'd call that a slide. I think that was just a flat-out dive. I'm going to hit this bag as I'm flying past it. The runners at first and third for Providence here in the third. Matt Wasness popped up to the second baseman his first time up. See whether Madej is running. 17 stolen bases this year.
He has a green light. He told us he likes to run on leaners. What a leaner is a person, weight comes forward before the arm. Now we've talked about the first movement, and we know that you probably, if you're going to go first movement against Mahalski, you better guess right, because otherwise his feet are going to come out and get you.
The participation in sports and activities is a lot more than just winning and losing. Students who participate in programs offered by their schools.
Once again, Mundelein, a very young team. Only 5 seniors on the roster, 18 juniors, 3 sophomores. A team that started 7-5 on the season, and they've taken their record to 31-9. Andre Morgan will break up this conference. Day at first, Arola at third. Wasness team high, 39 runs batted in at the plate. Madej fakes a break. Mundelein gets the call. Strike one.
Fastball that hit the edge. Advantage Mahalski.
There goes Madej. There goes Wasness. Deep to right field. Right fielder Dolan will make the catch on the track. Feet from going out of the park. Mahalski gets a big hug as he comes off the mound. Dolan better get one as well.
Boy, puts a charge of this ball up at his waist. For a little while, you thought the ball might carry, but getting to the point where he thought the ball would come down. A nice running catch in right field by Reese Dolan to end the inning.
We'll go to the top of the fourth. A good one here in Joliet in your 4A final. Mundelein 3-1 over Providence.
This event is brought to you by Olive Garden. Olive Garden is proud to be the official dining room of high school sports. With menu choices to please the entire family, as well as to-go and catering options, it's the perfect restaurant for your post-game dining. To find your nearest location or to order your meal online, visit olivegarden.com.
Stop by the Minerva Sportswear Souvenir booth to pick up your official IHSA state final merchandise.
All 4 runs that you see on the board took place in the first inning. 3 in the top for the Mustangs, 1 in the bottom for the Celtics. We will start the top of the 4th with the bottom 3 on the Mundelein order.
Leading off the 4th inning for the Mustangs. First baseman, Brett
different ways,
Corolla.
the least of which is his 2-run, 2-out single in the first to put Mundelein on top, 3-0. Working in his 4th inning.
There's Zaremka working his 4th inning down the bullpen. He's been up since first pitch.
Look his belt.
Uniform malfunction. Live television.
I don't know whether it's on the report ready on air. I don't know whether sacrificed his belt. He was ready. Everybody's assigned some piece of clothing to assistant teammate. It looks that if he needs a belt, that's when he loses fitting pants.
He's going to have to use another notch there.
Guilty. Jeffrey's getting a kick out of that along with plate umpire Andre Morgan. Well, tonight has given up 5 hits. 3 of them in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Well, you know the start. Pitch walk begins the 4th inning. First walk of the game for Hilty.
He got a little bit out of sync, out of rhythm on that particular sequence of pitches. And basically, it went from ball to worse as he got out of his arm slot. The last 3-0 pitch was the one that hurt the most. And Hilty puts his head down. That's an omen that he thinks Coach Smith might be coming to get him.
Now, this is nothing unusual for Providence Catholic. They have no dominating pitcher. They'll go with whoever is hot, whoever they can give a different look to the offense. So Hilton will lead. And he'll be back with his brother with the Providence Catholic. Like to have lasted longer, but will just take 3 innings.
Being held at the site. Event staff will enforce this policy.
Tyler Zaremka, come on, gets an inning last night, gave up a hit, had a strikeout.
Zaremka with last night's appearance now. This will be his 16th ball game. He's 6-2 in 44 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 43 hits, 32 strikeouts to go along with a relatively high 22 bases on balls, but a very relative low 1.76 run average. And from the left side, he'll have the opportunity to attempt to hold Brent Corolla close, anticipating a would-be bunt from Rubio in this at-bat.
Take a look at the Mundelein dugout, their hitters jumping out of the dugout with their bats as they zero in on Zaremka. Not just in the dugout watching, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Mundelein hitters standing, working on their timing.
Everything there is timing, and they're locking in on release point, and that is obviously something Coach Corolla teaches and wants. Great shot there. Now the intricacies of the swing.
Next up for Mundelein,
It's in
22,
order.
catcher, Reed
Expect Zaremka
Rubio.
to maybe have an obligatory toss to first to see if he can read the top hand of Rubio.
sides lead. Now he stretches a little. The referee will come right home to Rubio, wind out the short. First time up.
Arm, chest, belt, arm, leg. From Todd Parola in the third base coach's box.
2-0. Don't know whether Providence is completely convinced that maybe a bunt in this situation.
Fueling the state finals, fueling the future.
Now we have a chat with Zaremka. Talk about the entire senior starting lineup, all 10 players for Providence. Zaremka, the junior.
The price is $5.
Todd Parola making the sign to read Rubio the side of the box, meaning have a very, very small window that you're looking for to hit into.
That was not in Rubio's particular box, so it's 2-1. Rubio not a big batting average, 234. In the tournament. There goes the runner, the pick, the throw, it's high, the tag is down. Parola picked it first, thrown out at second. 1 out.
Well, that throw was high from Parola, like you mentioned, but the good news is he came off the base, met the throw from the left-handed Zaremka, and then got rid of the ball in a hurry, allowing Stulis to come over, cover, and make the tag. Get the ball to your defender, let him put the tag in play.
From Zaremka to Arola to Stulis. Now it's gone to 3-1. Todd Parola facing the coaching box with hands on hips. Foul up, right side. Will it reach the stands? It will reach the dugout.
We'll go back momentarily to that play where Parola was out 3-6. People are thinking, you can't get picked off there. Well, actually, he didn't. He was going on the first move to Zaremka. It was basically a gamble, a guess. He was not going to throw it as soon as he moved. The base runner took off. Providence guessed right, and then the ensuing out on the executed 3-6.
Rubio yanks this one into the Providence bullpen. That's a little short hop there. That's Noah O'Brien, who's actually warming up. O'Brien saw some action last night. He pitched inning, a winning pitcher in last year's state championship game.
Providence to throw some arms at you, and they're confident doing so.
Rubio will send this to center field. I don't think Fitzgerald saw it initially. Now he'll get back to the second out. I think Fitzgerald was just searching for it and then finally picked it up.
Shortstop, Jake.
And that's the big center fielder. Let's say he did not see it. But what he did was he saw the swing and he felt it. And he felt the middle infielders coming out in whatever direction and kind of guide him to that ball.
And hopefully got some help from his corner outfielders. They should be yelling back, back, to get him going in the direction so he can find the ball. Communication from the corners is very helpful.
Jake Breitenreiter popped up to second. His first time up. Foul this one out of play. 2 outs here in the fourth. Class 4A state championship. Charles North knocked off Plainfield North 6-5 for third place in 4A. Vermont, the Class 3A champion.
Jake loves the fact that his little brothers up in his Keystone made at second base. He says, we love turning double plays, we love talking baseball, we love messing around together on the field.
Jake was taking count from 0-2 now to 2-2. Wide open stands.
Pitch counts for the Providence pitchers a non-factor. They'll just keep throwing people at you. They'll keep throwing fresh arms at you.
Foul to the right side. Chase is on. And it will bounce out of the reach. Tom Kelly. Take a look at that triangle of Kelly and Day and Arola. They covered a lot of ground in a hurry. Ball is up there. The sprint is on.
The baseball field filled with athletes on these two squads.
To a sliding Madej. Not much gets through this Providence Catholic infield. So Zaremka comes on, is able to get a kickoff / caught stealing, a fly out and ground out. Mundelein scoreless here in the top of the fourth, halfway home. 4A championship finds the Mustangs. The Mundelein on top of the two-time defending state champs.
Leadership. Teamwork. Each year, the Illinois High School Association honors the best and brightest students who take part in IHSA-sponsored athletic and interscholastic activities. Caterpillar is proud to be the sole sponsor of the IHSA All-State Academic Team, recognizing an elite group of high school students who go above and beyond what's expected of them in the classroom, in competition, and in their community. Caterpillar is committed to developing future leaders, benefiting from the experiences that young men and women carry from classrooms and playing fields into their professional lives. Caterpillar and the IHSA working together to build true champions for life.
The official IHSA State Baseball Tournament apparel and sleeve unit are only for sale here at Silver Cross Field. Fans may choose from t-shirts, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and a variety of other state final apparel. Stop by the Minerva Sportswear Souvenir booth to pick up your official IHSA State Final merchandise.
The last two state tournament runs and all the way up to this championship game, one of the trademarks of Providence Catholic baseball is the ability to come from behind. They never believe they are out of the game. It does not matter what inning, and we have reached the middle innings here in Joliet. Zach pitched to start it. He started the second inning with a single. He was eventually stranded at third. No scoring either way since the first inning. Pitch. Slices this one down the left field line. It's down. Could be extra bases. Pitch headed to second. Fairweather, the throw. Pitch sliding in with a leadoff double.
First ball, fastball, looking for it. Got it. And did a nice job with it. Pulls his hands in, gets the barrel out, takes that ball where it's at, leading with the knob. Driving that ball away. Ball to the line, goes the line, kept running away from Fairweather, who had no chance except for to get that ball back in.
They appealed over at first base, saying Pitch missed first. He did not. Zach Pitch has reached base 4 of the 6 times he's come to the plate in this tournament. Jackson Dvorak, the designated hitter, hitting out of the 6th spot. Come in and now step out.
Jake Breitenreiter at shortstop, holding pitch, playing up the middle, big hole left side. Dvorak can get it through there.
Runs batted in for Dvorak.
Opposing figure at the plate.
2-0, first base open. Tom Kelly is on deck. Tying run at the plate in the form of Jackson Dvorak. There's Kelly. 3 balls, no strikes.
They choose to go 2-0 breaking ball in respect to the hitting abilities of Dvorak. Trying to pitch, as we say, a little bit backwards, couldn't get the call. No green light here, I would not think. Chasing 2.
3-1. And he gets the box sign at third base. Make it your pitch here on 3-1.
One pitch, one area. Now, everybody says looking for the ball down the middle. Not necessarily. Different hitters have different hot zones. Some like it on the outer third, some like it up, some like it down. Dvorak knows where he's looking for the baseball right now. One pitch and where.
Breaking ball on 3-1. You saw a little action there at second base. Drew Breitmeyer, the second baseman, just as Michalski picked his leg up. Breitmeyer was cutting to the bag as if there may be a pickoff play on.
Good take, one look for a curveball. Good pitch to make it strike 2.
3-0 has gone to 3-2. Dvorak, high chopper, off the glove, a striker at third. Runner at second. Pitch will have to hold, but it's an infield single for Dvorak. Runners at first and second.
Got his hands out in front a little bit, a high Baltimore chop, if you will. Ball got topspin. Striker went vertical, but couldn't quite finish the play. Dvorak is able to get into first base safely as the ball triggers the left field, and they'll use a pinch runner. Meeting on the mounds, a what if. Looks like we'll have a pitching change.
Zach Sentz will enter with nobody out in the 4th inning. This is championship baseball, not necessarily a pitching change you would see in a regular season game, but everything magnified, every out, every batter here in a title game.
Take a look at Sentz, a 5'11", 165 junior. His 16th game. He's got a 4-1 record coming in 39 and a third innings. He's allowed just 25 hits, pretty good ratio there. 48 strikeouts against just 6 base on balls. And I know stingy, 0.71 earned run average for a lefty. They've talked about what they want, how they want to attack the hitter Kelly, and they've discussed their would-be bunt defense. If Tom Kelly is indeed called upon by Mark Smith to lay down a bunt here.
Runner at first base will be Alex Hellman, 6'3", 170-pound freshman. Now, how many times have you seen in the state tournament that when you bring in a pinch runner in a crucial situation, and many times a young pinch runner, that the nerves get a little jumpity and they can be victimized? We'll see what Mundelein does to handle Hellman, who's at first.
Absolutely good point. So he's getting that extra bit of information about being cautious. And you're exactly right. Sometimes you get a trailer, but it is easier being the trailer runner here instead of the lead runner. He's more there for his wheels than he is to steal a base, play, hit, run, what have you.
Hellman, the tying run at first base. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, we have nobody out. Tom Kelly, who struck out against Michalski the first time up, face Sentz.
One thing as a coach that you tell your base runners is if the bunt is on, you have to anticipate. If our players swing or goes through a bunt, there will be somebody behind you. You remind them that. Second baseman will be behind you, short will be behind you on a would-be throw from Rubio.
Kelly will step back in with the 1-0 count.
Striker stayed at home. Kelly should have seen that, caught it out of his eye. Tried to bunt the ball toward third base unless the Mustangs have changed their defense.
This gets a piece of that one. Advantage here, though, with the left-handed pitcher on the mound. He can cover that third baseline for a quick flip to third if it's not a good enough bunt. If it is a excellent bunt, then it becomes a tough throw to first base from the lefty. Pickoff at second. Pitch back. And now might be the time to look at first base. Oh, you have the first baseman in front of you. Alex Hellman, the freshman, taking the lead. Kelly bunts right through it. Tom Kelly not happy with his performance the last two pitches. Now he will look to make up for it here. Corners ease back a little. Kelly will stay alive. Jeffries on deck, left-handed hitting catcher.
2 strikes on Kelly. You did not execute the bunt. He's up off the bottom of the barrel of the bat now, about 2 inches off the knob, I should say. His job was just to barrel it up any old which way.
The pitch there from Zentz. No bite from Kelly. Got him looking.
Well, Zentz paints the inner edge. Tough arm wrangler. He drops down even against the right-handed hitter. I don't think Kelly appreciated the call. Zentz gets it. I guarantee he does.
Now it's lefty-lefty. Last time up, Jeffries hit a bullet to the first baseman, Corolla. Lined out. Curveball for a strike.
Boy, he's very difficult, this left-handed arm angle of Zentz against the left-handed hitter Jeffries. Jeffries' best chance is a mistake by Zentz on the inner part, or B, if the ball's away, he's got to take it through the 5-6 hole on the left side.
Two strikes on Jeffries. Boy, Zentz is making some pitches.
Yeah, what he's got to do now is plate 17 inches. He's got to make it about 18 or 19 inches on the outer edge. Hoping that Jeffries will chase the ball away.
Good take right there by Jeffries.
You can see the focus in the body language of Zentz. He is flat out locked in location-wise.
We're in the fourth inning. It feels like the seventh inning.
Great drama. Reed Rubio, great camera shot. You saw 2-1-1-2. Only one of those things meant something. First side, second side, third side, fourth side. Only he and his pitcher and the middle infield should know that.
Two and two. Jeffries a .238 batting average coming into this tournament. Fouls it straight back. Pitch will walk back to second. Hellman at first.
Much better approach by Jeffries. Stayed over that ball a little bit longer, and that ball was maybe a mistake by Zentz. He might have gotten away with one that didn't bite much, hung up in the zone.
Right there on the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts, both looking.
He might be looking off speed. The fastball just flat out frozen. Strike three, and he knew it as he puts his hands over his eyes. I can't believe what I just saw, the fastball.
Now Colin Arola. Pitch still at second. Hellman still at first, now with two outs. Arola to Jake Breitenreiter for brother Drew, and Mundelein is out of the inning. Zentz comes in and does a spectacular job, and he is mobbed as he comes off the field on the first baseline. Brother to brother. Oh, brother, we've got a good one. To the fifth we go.
Olive Garden is bringing tempting new layers to our famous lasagna, starting at $11.99. With 3 new irresistible dishes like chicken parmigiana lasagna, ravioli alfredo lasagna, and seafood lovers lasagna. All with our unlimited salad and breadsticks, and all starting at $11.99. You won't want to miss a single layer, so come in now. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
Looking at assistant coach Neil McLaughlin, Coach Mack as they call him, 82 years old, still hits fungos, a Hall of Famer. He led Mundelein to state in 1978, and two of his favorite phrases, a Mustang player, stand their ground and don't back down, and I'm loving it.
I tell you what, his players love him. Brett Parola says, Coach Mack, he's a legend. His speeches, he's the best motivator, and here's the ultimate compliment, without him, our team wouldn't be the same.
They are here in the 5th inning, the state championship ball game, leading 2-time defending state champion Providence by a 3-1 score. 3 runs at the top of the first for Mundelein, 1 to the bottom for Providence, 0s the rest of the way.
Coach Mack took his own team to the state finals just a brief 38 years ago.
Isn't that something? I look back 1978.
Think he's seen a few baseball games in his day?
Nick Stryker to lead things off here in the 5th. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Had a double his last time up. That was way back in the 2nd inning. Zaremka is facing 2 batters in the 4th inning. Start the 5th.
Came in through 14 pitches, 9 of them strikes. What more can you ask coming out of the pen than a guy that comes in and pitches to contact?
Misses those first 2 pitches.
Striker's job, set the table.
Checks up the swing, he'll take it for a strike. And we cannot emphasize enough what a huge crowd there is here tonight in Joliet. Perfect weather for baseball. Stryker will take strike 2.
Well, we've been doing this a long time together. This is the most people we've seen at any state final level. I think so.
This may be, especially when you add in the people down in the berm, down the left field line. Of course, the 3rd base left field side, that's the Providence side, coming from New Lenox, just a couple of miles from here, their school. Outside corner, strike 3. Stryker will go back to the bench. After being down 2-0, Zaremka comes back and hits the corner for the strikeout.
Just a fastball. See it, catch me if you can. The Stryker just locked up, couldn't pull the trigger.
You know, a lot of folks came here as Fairweather steps in. A lot of folks came here looking for a chance to see history if Providence Catholic wins this ball game. First time ever. IHSA state baseball history, a team wins 3 in a row. Fairweather hits this one high and deep. And right there is Fitzgerald. 2 up, 2 down, and Zaremka has retired all 4 batters he's faced.
Designated hitter, Brendan Murphy.
Brendan Murphy, 2 for 2 tonight. Singled in the first, scored a run. Singled in the 3rd, leading it off. He was stranded at 2nd, thanks to a 463 double play by the Celtics to finish the inning.
2nd of 3 consecutive left-handers. Zaremka's going to be happy to deliver to.
He had Murphy fooled on that one. Temperature a very pleasant 83 degrees. Wind blowing out to right field at 9 miles per hour.
Just a perfect night for a state champion to be crowned.
Take that at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Outfield very deep, 2 outs, no doubles. They'll let anything fall in front of them. They just don't want one hit to put a runner in a scoring position.
And Zaremka will pick up his 2nd strikeout of the inning. And the junior is cruising. Lefty to lefty, winner, Zaremka. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Providence chasing 2.
Everybody up, join in singing. See how much noise we can make singing. Everybody.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who's in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
IHSA state final merchandise.
That oar in the dugout is owned by coach's son, Brett Parola. And the whole idea of that is to keep rowing, keep digging into the water, keep fighting. So Mundelein's got the oar out, and it's stirring up a little bit of excitement.
Zach Zentz, 2 strikeouts last inning in relief. He'll start this one against the top of the Providence Catholic order. Kevin Fitzgerald to lead it off. Fitzgerald with a single and a strikeout tonight.
Like his left-handed counterpart from Providence, Zaremka Zentz, 14 pitches, 10 strikes out of the bullpen. Coming right after the hitters of Providence.
Mustangs playing aggressive outfield defense. They have Dolan straight away, not too deep and right. And then up in the upper left edge of your screen is the center fielder, Jeff Morton. They have obviously scouted the Celtics. Zentz picked up the win in relief in the 7-6 win over Lake Forest. He went 5 innings, so he's not just a short inning specialist. Oh, he comes across. That ball ran a little bit. 2-2.
Movement, velocity, and placement. MVPs of pitching. He doesn't have the best velocity. It's more than adequate, but boy, does he have movement and placement as far as location.
Tried to stretch it. Here's a big pitch in the game. Providence down by 2. Leadoff hitter at the plate in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Starting to get late, and just about every pitch is going to be a big one. It's fun time at the ballpark.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And a leadoff walk. The second time Fitzgerald has been on tonight. Jackson Stulis takes a long look down to Mark Smith at third base, next third base coaching box.
Your head coach Todd Parola from Mundelein, you basically say anything but a leadoff walk. If he hits it, fine.
Stulis showed bunt, and with that, Rubio comes trotting out to talk to his left-handed junior. A 0.71 earned run average for Zens.
Rubio, senior catcher, going down to settle down, to encourage, to leave with a positive thought, and to probably put a challenge in the mind.
Stulis pushes, tried to get it past Zentz. He better hurry. Throws it away. Fitzgerald flying. He'll be held at third. A bunt single followed by an error puts the tying run at second base with nobody out in the fifth.
Well, you and I have had the conversation many a time at the ballpark and away about the bunting game, especially at the high school level, because not only do you move a runner along, but you have a chance to force the defense to play. That's exactly what happened, and they weren't able to execute, finish the play defensively, and Providence has something going both physically and emotionally right now.
Mike Madej, the switch hitter, will turn it around and bat from the right side. Nobody out, bottom of the fifth. Big swing. Big pitch.
Big challenge. Fireworks going off in center field from afar, but there's fireworks right here at Silver Cross nearby.
Stulis at second, the lead. Fitzgerald at third. Rubio with the block. Infield back. It will give a run on a ground ball here. Madej lifts this one to left field, dropping quickly and down in front of Fairweather. One run is in. Fitzgerald scores. Stulis to third. It's a one-run game.
You would only expect Madej to be involved in a key time, a critical time, as he was able to let the ball get deep enough and wait long enough to keep that fair down the left field line. Drive in the second run of the night, move the tying run to third, and move himself as a lead run to first base.
Wasness will come to the plate. First and third, nobody out.
Leadoff walk and a bunt. Imagine that starting the inning.
That walk is scored to make it a 3-2 game. Providence down by one. Wasness a pop out and a deep fly out his last time up. And the bases will be loaded. Providence fans roaring.
Wasness stayed right in there, didn't he? He wasn't going to get out of the way of that. He knows I get hit. Our bases are loaded with nobody out.
Another conference on the mound. We talked about assistant coach Neil McLaughlin from Mundelein. Also, Mundelein assistant coach Ryan Barucki. Barucki was Ryan Sandberg's roommate in rookie ball. Barucki advancing all the way to AAA with the Phillies.
You got a couple staffs on both sides that have been around the game and been around the game with success.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Number 5 hitter in the lineup, Zach Pitch.
Pitch had an error in the first inning that led to the 3-run first of Mundelein. He is the happiest guy in the ballpark that he's the one at the plate right here trying to atone for that first inning error.
Ball gets loose from the Mundelein bullpen. They will track it down here. And another one. It's free.
If you're Mundelein, your mindset has to be this simple. Stay out of a big inning. Keep it 3-3. If you're trailing 4-3, you're still good. You just can't let Providence get on a roll and put a big crooked number on the board here in their home half.
Pitch 2 for 2 tonight. He looks to get hit. He does. Mundelein fans thought he leaned into it. So does Zentz. But when Stulis touches the plate, we're tied at 3. Do not need to interpret that. You decide. Zentz pleading his case along with Rubio.
People watching at home can form your own opinion on that one. We know what Coach Ferrola's opinion is at, and he's sharing that right now with Andre Morgan.
Providence 3, Mundelein 3, bases loaded, still nobody out. Jackson Dvorak will be the hitter when we resume. Here it is again. I think part of the problem is that ball may have hit pitch anyway without any extra movement.
Emotion on both sides at a very much fever pitch right now.
Day at third, Wasness at second, pitch at first, nobody out for Dvorak. In an infield singles last time up. Hot shot, right rider gets a glove on it, but goes on into center field. And Day scores easily, Wasnes to score. Providence will take the 2-run lead, and Dvorak goes into second.
And the crooked number is indeed up on the board as the big inning is still set up. Dvorak takes the ball right back up the middle, sliding. Brighton Rider couldn't come up with it. And then it was Providence Celtic speed on the bases, running at will. And they have kept the pressure on.
Now 5-3 with Tom Kelly ready to step in the batter's box. He has struck out twice tonight. Still nobody out. Runners second and third. Pitch at third. Dvorak at second. Kelly right side, Ferrola high for it. Back to the bag, pitch stays at third. 1 out.
So contact was not on with nobody out. I would think Coach Smith would put contact in with 1 out.
The infield will stay back. Let's see what the corners do. Ferrola on the grass, well off the line at first. The left hand hitting Jeffries. Last time Jeffries faced Zentz, he struck out looking. A 4th spot here in the 5th. It's given Providence a 5-3 lead.
Interesting playing the defense back as the visiting team and trailing 2.
Big rip from Jeffries. Strike two.
So in essence, what Coach Parola's saying is, I believe my team can handle 6-3. Not so sure about 7-3 with the infield drawn in and the angles that I would be allowing.
Two and two to the senior catcher, Jim Jeffries. Sense working from the windup. He'll go down swinging. Ran that ball right in and down. Big pitch right there from Zach Zentz.
Quality sequence. Finish with a quality pitch to get the punch out. Fastball up and in. Just 8 up. Jeffries upstairs.
Number 9 hitter and the 9th hitter to bat this inning. Colin Arola, a walk and a bounce out, and that will get away from Rubio on the other side of Arola. It is 6-3.
So he gets the big strikeout, and on the ensuing pitch, he throws a wild one back to the screen to score the run. And Providence, big inning continues to mount.
Zentz, a tough look on his face. First 5 batters that have come to the plate in this inning have scored. The 6th batter, Dvorak, who drove in 2 with the single, is at third. Arola looking for one more for Providence. One ball, one strike. A 3-1 Mundelein lead has turned into a 6-3 Providence advantage. To Drew Breitenreiter. That will finish the inning. 9 men come to the plate. 5 score. 3 hits. 2 hit batters, a wild pitch. Providence with the 5 spot. They'll lead at 6-3 as we go to the 6th.
This game is brought to you by Under Armour, maker of the world's best apparel, footwear, and accessories. Check out the full line of performance gear now at UA.com. Under Armour, I will.
IHSA and the Illinois State Police wish to remind you that texting while driving is illegal. Cell phone use while driving is responsible for over 3,000 deaths and over 30,000 injuries across the United States each year.
A reminder to Mustang fans, there will be a pep rally for the team at the high school tonight when the team returns. Please meet in the main gym, and thank you for your support.
Few more smiles on that side of the field as it's a happy bottom of the 5th inning for Providence Catholic fans. And we'll go to the 6th.
I think their fans are worn out. I mean, they have been nonstop. And what an exhilarating inning. They need to rest a little bit, but no rest over the Celtic defense. And Tyler Zambika on the mound.
Zarepka retiring 5 straight batters. 4, 5, and 6. Due up here for the Mustangs.
Zaremka's been around the zone, out of the pen.
The hero of last night's game, Zach Zagula. He will hit for Jeff Morton. Why was Zagula the hero last night? A grand slam that turned a 4-2 deficit into a 6-4 lead. Eventual win for St. Charles North. Zagula did not have a home run this year, sub 200 average, and he hit one out of here opposite field. Zagula hits this one to center. That will drive Fitzgerald back. Plenty of room.
Fitzgerald got off that ball in a hurry. Drop step with his left foot, went to the spot where he knew the ball was going to be, and makes an easy can of corn catch.
Dolan comes to the plate, a walk and a hit by pitch tonight.
Right fielder, Reese Dolan.
Dolan to be followed by Drew Breitenreiter.
Still a lot of baseball to be played, but I can say this safely. Providence never blinked. They never blinked. You had alluded to it. They were down, and they were just going to keep coming at you.
Right now, Mundelein needs base runners. Three runs in the first inning, and that's been the extent of the scoring for Mundelein. 5 hits tonight for the Mustangs. 9 for Providence. Two and one. See a little frustration now from Mundelein. Ripped by Dolan. That will get down. The 6th of the night. It comes with one out in the 6th inning.
Good at bat by Dolan. Lefty versus lefty. He took the 2-0 pitch. Didn't get the call. Went to 2-1. Still ahead of the count. Was served a fastball. Stayed in with his front shoulder right on top of the ball. Dropped the barrel on it. Gets his team an opportunity to move the line.
Breitenreiter tonight reached on an error. It was a big one in the first inning. Scored the first run. Bounced into a double play. Dolan becomes the first man to reach against Zaremka. 7 batters.
O'Brien continues to get ready in the Celtic pen down the left field line. It's quiet down the right field line for the Mustangs.
One and two now to Breitenreiter. Also in the Providence bullpen, not up yet. The relief specialist, their submariner, Matt Tresnewski. There's O'Brien. Token throw to first base by Zaremka.
Tresnewski has been in 22 games on the season.
Zaremka, a little bit better move to first. Fans wanted to punch out there, didn't get it.
The action just about every pitch here the last couple innings. Actually, the whole night.
Did he go? He did. Third strikeout for Zaremka. 2 outs in the 6th.
Drew Breitenheimer going to chase the ball up out of the zone. He knew it right there. He knew he didn't hold on. He couldn't pull back.
And we'll bring up Brett Parola. He drove in 2 in the first inning. Those 3 first inning runs, all unearned runs for the Mustangs. They have not had a runner reach third base since that inning. Zaremka just keeps on coming. He's been terrific here now in working in his 3rd inning of relief.
Great rhythm, great tempo, and exuding confidence out on the bump right now.
Dolan will advance to second on the wild pitch. Jeffries can't find it and rolls into the dugout. Well, right now here in the 6th inning, Mundelein will be happy to score Dolan.
Let's explain the ground rule from the mound. A ball that goes out of play is still only 1 base advancement.
Checking on Jim Jeffries here.
Some wrap for his wrist. So the trainer came out unequipped. She had to go back in and
you know Jeffries is not leaving this ball game. A little water, a little hydration, if you will. That's been the theme of this tournament. Back recapping earlier action today, 3rd place game in Class 3A this morning, won by Limestone 6-0 over St. Viator. And then Lamont brought home their 2nd championship trophy in the last 3 years with a 10-0 6-inning win over Springfield. Earlier this evening, it was St. Charles North, 6-5 winners over Plainfield North. Here we are in the top of the 6th 4A title game.
Jeffries going to war. See a heavily wrapped left wrist, a wrapped right wrist. The battle wounds of a catcher.
Take a couple of tosses here from Zaremka. The head nod says, I'm fine. Now let's get things squared away on the mound. Brett Parola, the single and the walk tonight. Coach's son, Dad Todd, also coaches Brett in golf. Brett hoping to be a Division I golfer.
So it's much more low-key during the golf season. Baseball with a little bit higher pitch level of stress.
Fouled away, 2-2. The question was asked of Brett, you guys talk about baseball at the dinner table? The answer, it's about all we talk about. He said it in a good way, as in this is the life they lead. The 2-2 pitch. Will this stay in play? Kelly, Madej, Kelly makes the catch. finishes the inning. No runs across the plate in the sixth for Mundelein. No runs across the plate in the last 5 innings for the Mustangs. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Providence, two-time defending state champs, working on a 3-run lead. One inning to go. Providence Catholic came to the bottom of the fifth inning, trailing 3-1. They led that inning off with Kevin Fitzgerald. He walked, he scored, so the next 4 batters after him for the 6-3 lead, and we will start the bottom of the sixth the same way. Fitzgerald will lead it off, followed by Stulis and Madej.
Now the leadoff walk, the second man bunt, trailing by 2 runs, the ensuing error, and the floodgates opened up.
Center fielder, Kevin Fitzgerald.
Sent still on the mound. Mundelein showing some body language there. Thought he had the call. Earlier in this decade, to topless and Olympia in the small schools, they went back-to-back with state championships. Large schools, we talked about Providence. 2 years ago, the win over St. Rene in the championship game last year over Mount Carmel. That's the first time a large school went back-to-back in state baseball. Fitzgerald fouls this one away since 1958 and 1959 when Maine Township did it. That shows how difficult repeating is here in baseball. And Providence is 3 outs away, doing something nobody has ever done in this state in baseball, and that's win 3 state championships in succession.
Absolutely crazy to think we can run single elimination tournament 2014, 2015, and possibly 2016 without a bad hop, a bad base, a bad bounce, something like that that can get in your way, or a dominating pitcher.
Fitzgerald, he's hit by a pitch. That was a problem last inning for Zentz. He hit 2 batters. And once again, Fitzgerald, for the 3rd time tonight, starts an inning by reaching base.
And he hit a couple left-handers last inning. That time he came all the way across his body and caught Fitzgerald relatively flush on the left side of the right-handed batter's box.
That is it for Zentz. He came out in the 4th. Runners at first and second and nobody out, protecting a 2-run lead. Got a couple of called for strikes. And then a force out. And things didn't work out so well in that 5th inning. Steve Sanchez, all 6'7" and 230 pounds now, will take the hill for the Mustangs.
Sanchez comes into this game with a 2-0 record, 16 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 16 hits in that 16 2/3, 19 strikeouts, so he's able to get you out via the strikeout pitch. Relatively high, 9 walks, so almost half a walk per inning. Thus, that computes into a run of 5.04, relatively high, because he has command of his repertoire of pitches when he's on the hill. A very imposing figure, right downhill last year.
Number 24, Steven Sanchez.
Back to the thought of repeating. a good winning streak? Would you say, hey, that's a good streak?
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
10 would be real good.
That'd be excellent. We don't see too many teams rattling off 10-game streak at any time. How about Providence Catholic? 20 straight victories in state tournament play. One loss and you're done. That streak ends, obviously, and your tournament hopes, championship hopes end. 20 straight tournament wins.
And once you get to the section level, if you're a high seed in the regional level, you're expected to win. That's where you're seated. Once you get to the section level, it's basically anything can happen. But for the Celtics, it's been 2 wins in the sectional, 1 in the senior sectional, 2 wins in state, 14, 15, and thus far 16 is still 3 outs to capture.
Well, this is courtesy of Kurt Herron from the Herald News. You just look at sectional, super sections, and finals. Providence, including last night's game, 14 wins.
Next up for the
In those
Celtics.
areas of those 14 wins, 12 of them have either been one-run games or one-run games going into the 7th inning. So the Celtics winning the close games.
And they've done it with pitching and defense and utilizing the entire staff. Counting tonight in their tournament run, 7 games, they've only allowed a total of 13 runs, 3 of those tonight unearned.
Twice now, Jackson Stulis has had to hop over a pitch from Sanchez.
So when you give up less than 2 runs a game, your chances are pretty good.
And another.
Sanchez, a live arm. Has demonstrated command of Providence throughout his 16 innings plus pitch.
4-pitch walk out of the bullpen. Stulis down to first. McDay comes to the plate. Mike Madej tonight drove in a run on a ground out. He singled. He singled and drove in another run in the 5th inning. Game has slowed as Mundelein tries to gather themselves here.
What a day. How many at-bats has he had on this field? Think about that.
In the last 3 years, state championship at-bats. Senior, also a football championship.
Home away from home.
Second baseman, Mike Madej.
Fitzgerald at second, Stulis at first. Madej, another base hit. Fitzgerald being waved, and the lead will grow to 4. Third RBI of the night for Madej.
We talk about hands. Watch Madej, how quickly he gets his hands over and through the baseball. How he was able to stay on top of a pretty good fastball velocity. He just sitting out it, got it, turned it right over into the 5-6-0. That young man flat out understands how to hit a baseball.
He will take those talents to Purdue University. Wasness hit by a pitch last time. It's becoming a replay of last inning, but foul. Oh, he elected to let it go foul. He could have picked it up and tagged the runner. That would have advanced both Stulis and Madej. Last inning, first 6 batters came to the plate in the 5th inning. They all scored. First 5 of those 6 scored. The 6th batter, Vorak, drove in 2 of them.
Sean Harper.
Wasness wants to continue the running game here. He will. Warming up in the Providence bullpen, submariner Matt Kwasniewski. You may see him in the 7th. And now it's a 4-run lead at 7-3. Providence scoring the last 7 runs in this game.
Steelers elongating his lead at second base. Trailer Madej at first. You got good speed there. You got intelligence on the bases.
Well, actually, in this entire at bat, we've been saying Wasmus. This is Sean Harper batting for Matt Wasmus.
Never saw that signal then.
Wheel will keep it right there. Well, that explains some of the bunting for Harper. He's a senior, getting it at bat, 226 average. It's going to be tough if Mark Smith is somehow to sneak all his seniors, and here he has 19 of them on the roster. Sanchez delivers, ball 4, bases loaded, nobody out.
Run inning. We talked about base on balls, bunt, a couple hit batters being important. This inning starts hit batsman, base on balls, base hit, base on balls. So Mundelein with some charity toward the Celtic offense.
Put in a very tough position, having to bring the infield in, nobody out. With Zach Pitch at the plate, he's been on base all 3 times tonight. A wild pitch will score the 8th run of the game. It's 8-3. Five runs last inning, 2 more here. And we will have some changes for Mundelein. Heading out to right field will be Jacob Holton. Coming in, Reese Dolan.
In a defensive change for the Mustangs, Jake Holton has gone in right field.
Holton, a 5'5" junior. Playing a shallow right field right now. Left-handed hitting pitch at the plate.
I would surmise they're thinking of his throwing arm being a strong one with a chance to gun down a runner.
And also to get Dolan down to warm up. Dolan changed gloves. Now he heads to the bullpen.
That would be the better of the 2 rationales.
Sanchez from the stretch. Count even at a ball and a strike. Still nobody out. Strike 2. For the Mundelein fans, it seemed like a long time ago that they held that 3-0 lead at the end of the first inning. They have been standing, but have not had as much to cheer about. Pitch, the high chop. Look to third, throw to first, got the out there. Nice job by Drew Breitenreiter. Again, we have seen our share of pop fly ground balls, if you will.
Ball coming hard off the turf. That one went, what, 15 feet in the air easily. And as an infield, all you can do is wait.
Dvorak waves at the first pitch from Sanchez.
Dvorak with a key hit last inning.
It's a big cut at that one. We'll get a fresh set of balls delivered to our home plate umpire, Andre Morgan. 10 hits now for Providence. A 5-run lead at 8-3.
They work with extremely quick hands.
We've had 2 long half innings here in the bottom of the 5th and now here in the bottom of the 6th. Fewest batters that Providence sent to the plate in any inning has been 4. Did that twice in the first and second inning. 9 Celtics came to the plate for Providence Catholic in the 5th. And we're working in our 6th batter here in the 6th. Again, Dvorak stays alive.
And again, the more pitches a hitter sees, the more the advantage goes back to him. Now still a 1-2 count, so Sanchez in the driver's seat, but Dvorak's had a chance to see the breaking ball, a chance to time the fastball.
Two and two with 1 out to Dvorak. Single, double, hit by a pitch. Or check that. Couple singles. And now a strikeout. So Sanchez will walk back up to the mound. He'll try to go get Tom Kelly.
Good fastball up and out. Dvorak couldn't get above it. He gets the punch out.
Kelly tonight, 2 strikeouts and a ground out to first. Mundelein will have to start in the bottom of their order in the 7th inning. You look at a fellow like Steven Sanchez, 6'7", 230, and a lefty. A couple of pretty good years coming up for him.
Yeah, he's got some giddy up. He got a live arm, a live fastball.
That's ripped. Right fielder over his head. Holton has to go over his head. That will score Madej. It will score Wasness. And into third with a triple. Tom Kelly. It's 10-3.
Tom Kelly put a hurt on that baseball. He hits this one hard over Holton's head. Holton thought he had a beat on it. Leaped for the last second. No, the ball then goes all the way to the wall. Kelly was rounding as hard as you could the entire time. I bet you he thought he might try an inside the park home run, but held up by Mark Smith, and the Celtics have blown this wide open.
5-run 6th, a 5-run 5th, and a 4-run 6th. Jim Jeffries will look to keep it moving.
Catcher Jim Jeffries.
Right now, the Providence fans chanting Histo 3. The outside corner for a strike. One thing that drove Mark Smith crazy this season, since day one, the only focus this team had was on three-peating, and that was in the postseason. Day one, it was like that was the only thing. And of course, throughout the way, Providence ended up losing 9 games, and I get the feeling that some players just kind of shrugged and said, well, let's go win number 3 in June. And they are 3 outs away. Big time lead, 7 runs going to the 7th as Providence looks to make history. That trophy on the right, 3 outs away from finding a spot in the Providence Catholic Trophy case, joining trophies that are labeled 2014 and 2015. Again, in the history of the IHSA, no school has ever won 3 consecutive baseball championships.
I think they'll try to find a place for it.
Rubio to lead it off against the new pitcher, and how appropriate, Noah O'Brien. He got the win in the championship game last year. Expected to be coming in as the #1 pitcher this year for the Celtics. An arm injury. He's able to fight his way back. Pitched about 8 innings this year.
And he pitched very well. Allowed just 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, and you can't do better than a 0.00 earned run average. It would be nice for the Celtics if he was the one that finished things.
(8-9-1) for Mundelein. 3 unearned runs scored in the first by the Mustangs. I think O'Brien's a little juiced up here. 3-1 to Rubio. Leadoff walk. Mundelein fans aren't ready to go home yet. Pom-pom shaking, flag waving. The fans on their feet. They've been a spirited bunch here in Joliet. Jake Breitenreiter will come to the plate 0 for 2 tonight.
Storied history, Providence baseball, since the late 70s, early 80s.
First title 1978, next one 1982. Second place finish for Mark Smith in 2011. First place finishes in 14-15 and maybe just a few minutes away here in 16. 9th time they've been in the state baseball finals. Bryan struggling a little bit here to find the zone.
Only 5'9", 170. He won't throw it 90 miles or past you. He has to have command. He has to live on the edge with his location.
That will send Rubio to second. It's Eric Pettit running for Rubio, courtesy runner. So Pettit out at second base. He'll be taking no chances on the bases. Breitenreiter heading the count, 3-1. Now full. Breitenreiter's able to just get enough of that to stay alive.
If you know O'Brien, basically you're telling yourself, go ahead and attack the barrel, anything but a base on balls. Serve it up to Breitenreiter. Put it in the hands of your defense. The Gold Glovers out on the field.
Breitenreiter gives this one a little bit of a charge, drives Kelly back. Pettit tagging, gets second, heading to third. Look at this throw! Oh my goodness! right from near the warning track.
That was one of the most amazing throws I've seen in all my years following high school baseball. That ball had to be over 200 feet in the air in a straight line, and the emotion started to take place.
And O'Brien will come off the field to a big hand, the adversity he has overcome this year. That had his removal of the game had nothing to do with that last fly ball. It had everything to do with him being honored by his fans. He comes in the dugout after what he battled to get to this point. But back to that throw by Kelly. He made the catch just short of the warning track, had it tagged. Whether that's surprising or not, I'm not sure in this situation. But then all of a sudden, a laser beam from right field to third base for the second out.
And you know, as I watched the play unfold, and baseball rules would state, well, why are you going? Hit your run means nothing. But no one but know-how gets thrown out from that far away. And as I was watching the play unfold, I'm thinking, why is he throwing it? Just save your arm, get the ball back in. Boy, he airmailed that thing right on the money.
Well, it's 327 to the line, so let's say, I'm going to say it's about a 250-foot throw. Yeah. You said 200, I'm going to stretch it to 250. You're looking at ace relief pitcher Matt Tresnewski for Providence. He'll become the fourth pitcher of this game, and all he is in charge of is getting one out.
22 appearances, 22 and 2/3 innings. That's what he does. He closes games. This was predetermined, I think, that he was going to close this one after O'Brien got in.
Nick Stryker, the leadoff batter, a couple of hits tonight. 9 runs in the last 2 innings for Providence. Stryker will pick up his third hit of this game.
Stryker 3 hits last night, 3 tonight. Have a nice tournament. Competitor he is, wiping the sweat off his brow this hot 80-degree June night.
Ryan Fairweather 0 for 3 tonight. Trying to keep the slimmest of hopes for Mundelein alive. One ball, one strike. Fairweather, line drive, and history in Joliet. Consecutive seasons here at Silver Cross Field have found the Celtics celebrating under the glow and the booms of fireworks. 3 in a row for Providence Catholic.
What a run it's been. There's a lot of ways to describe 3 championships. We've heard them all. I'm not going to use any of them because the cliche of their 3, they'll have to come up with their unique way of describing their feeling, having this happen on the same field, the same weekend of the year. for 3 consecutive times.
In 1958, and then again in 1959, Maine Township won state baseball championships. And for the next 60 years, in large school, the conversation was, anytime won a title, can they repeat? Can they repeat? Providence did it last year. Now they have set the standard. Nobody talks about a repeat until somebody can go back-to-back at the very least again.
Never a doubt in their minds tonight. A team that just knows how to win, knows how to rally, knows how to get the finer points of the game done on a consistent basis. A well-oiled machine has just won its 3rd consecutive championship.
Mundelein will pick up the 2nd place trophy. They had a 4th place trophy in 2002. Great run for the Mustangs, but for the Providence Catholic Celtics, a 33-9 record in 2016 means state championship number 5, 3 in a row. Final score, Providence Catholic 10, Mundelein 3 for your 4A state baseball title. For Mark Lindo, I'm Dave Bernhardt. Thanks for joining us for all 16 games these past 2 weekends. We will see you in the fall.
of the Illinois High School Association Board of Directors attending tonight's tournament. They are John Stimler of Chicago Mount Carmel, Daniel Klett of Wakanda, and Peter Groom of Oak Park Fenwick High School. Mr. Klett will be presenting the medallions to the members of the Mustangs. Representing the Mundelein Mustangs tonight, Superintendent Kevin Myers. Principal Anthony Kroll. Athletic Director Aaron Wilhelm. Trainer Pete Junior. The coaching staff for the Mustangs. Head coach Todd Corolla. Assistant coaches Brandon Ernst, Ian McLaughlin, Ray Barucki, and Jeffrey Swino. And now the Mustang players, Ryan Lee, Jake Breitenreiter, Nick Caminero, Jake Rosen, Jack Gallagher, Drew Breitenreiter, Ryan Fairweather, Will Mahalski, Ryan Mantinor, Reese Dolan, Ben Selinski, Andrew Ferris, Nick Stryker, Zach Zentz, Ryan Scott, Eric Pettit, Jimmy Corbin, Jeff Morton, Joe Sullivan, Jack Newman, Zach Zabula, Reed Rubio, Johnny Buckner, Steven Sanchez, Brett Parola, and Brendan Murphy, the Mustangs of Mundelein High School. And remember, there will be a pep rally for the team at the high school tonight when the team returns. Please meet in the main gym. And now, representing New Lenox, Providence Catholic High School. President Father Richard At this time, please meet the Mustangs of Mundelein, who finished 2016 in second place with a final record of 31 wins and 10 losses. Their top coach, and the captains of Mundelein, please step forward to receive the second place trophy. The coach, Mark Smith, and the captains of Providence Catholic, please step forward to receive the first place trophy.